Yep. I mean, you can walk out of range, but if you put it right on top of the guy, that can delay a decent amount.
Yeah.
So I think the other thing, like, in conjunction with the Nyx as well, you've got that ambush bomb. And this is the thing, like, if Nyx gets 6 and starts to retain, there's a bigger emphasis on Pavaga to have clear vision, right? Because that Nyx is a threat in itself at 6. The bomb combo is going to blow up not just your supports now, but anyone on your team. And now you're just enabling the pick more. What the hell?
And now so that's the thing. Exactly the point that you were making right as the Nature's Prophet got picked is, Nature's Prophet is one of those heroes that really exploits a vision advantage and plays poorly against a vision disadvantage. You have to have that kind of vision to know where is safe to TP. Yeesh.
And like, how do you want to play this really is the reality, because...
And there's no flex value either left at this point. This is either a 2 or 3 Nature's Prophet, and 2, man, I don't know where this 2 Nature's Prophet came from, but I won't be sad to see it go.
It's like they're imagining, Lifestealer, we can just hit into him with all these little trees, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to give a damn. I think he's going to reach in enough that he can offset the harassment you're doing.
Yeah,
Anti-mage.
Well, there you go. All right, so split push and farm. That's the solution. They kind of had to go for it at this point in the draft, because you look at all but gold, and with that Darkseer pickup, that Lifestealer is never being kited anymore.
Right.
What do you want to finish with? Because I think all but gold right now, it feels like I don't like the tower push potential. You're more or less in on what the Darkseer can do, and if this Dazzle maybe gets a quick Necro. But that's assuming this is a Dazzle core, which I'm pretty convinced right now it's not.
No, I think I'd love to see a DK. I think a DP would be okay as well. I still think you could, you don't want to pick Pugna against into an AM. That's pretty scary.
I mean, it depends how much you like living.
And you can still, and it feels a little bit, it feels a little single Corey, but you could still pick Puck.
I mean, it gives you more lockdown to control people for the lifesteal to work through them. Also works against the AM.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I think AM is just going to take... He's going to take a long time to get into this game.
And also at the same time, Puck can actually catch the Nature's Prophet. So you have 2 means to shut down MP, which puts more pressure on AM to deliver. I think you're right. Like, Puck could be a very powerful pick for all but gold here.
Oh, they banned. Okay, so they banned Monkey King, which makes me think that they're going to pick DK.
Most likely. I mean, it's definitely a safe, tanky frontliner here. At the same time,
although by the way, the top pros insist that the top couple mid laners I know all insist that DK versus Monkey King is actually a 60-40 lane at worst for DK. And I would have put that lane a lot more favorable for the Monkey King. But they all insist that as long as the DK holds a skill point in the early levels and can skill stun if the Monkey King dives him under tower.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That lane is actually 60-40 at worst.
Like, the big balancing factor on why it's not a complete stomp for the DK is the brief fire. Like, I've seen those kind of matchups. There's a lot of deceptive matchups in Dota that people don't realize. And that is definitely one of them, because the reality is you're going to get lifesteal. But the thing is, if you can actually grab that Jingu lifesteal quickly, you want to look for a hero that's going to die fast, right? And Dragon Knight doesn't really tick that box. Kunkka coming out, though. This is... I kind of like this from Pavaga. This does bridge in a decent way. I am a little bit worried that you're putting a lot of pressure on your Nature's Prophet to fight. And it's a hero that wants to split. I like this idea better of Pavaga pulling back and forth.
There's the DK, and it was going to happen though. It was
obvious.
Once you 4th pick the AM, like, there's no getting around it. Okay, you're into a Lifestealer, you're into this Nyx Assassin that's going to be forcing pressure. Dazzle's going to be shoving lanes as the support. Darkseer is going to be shoving lanes. You're going to have to fight. There's no getting around it. And so you want to pick a hero like Kunkka that's going to have a ton of potential in lane. He wins a lot of matchups outright, and he's going to be able to create chaos in the mid game. I think that the AM pick essentially forces out the Kunkka pick.
I get that. I'm thinking how they're going to play around Cheshire Cat and the ganks. Like, super early on, fine, but once you get up to your 6s, Darkseer can be a little bit frustrating. The Kunkka can, of course, lock him in. The lifesteal is the real concern. Like, that's always been the concern. From the point that came into the draft from All But Gold, there's been a constant echoing question of what is going to deal with that guy. And
well, what's gonna deal with them is the early trial lane potential, right?
Yeah, but then, so then you're sticking 3 heroes there, and you probably aren't going to force All But Gold into a tri lane as well, because then you're doing it against Undying.
That's the issue. Is that part of the reason that you pick AM as the matchup with the Darkseer, and if you tri lane, you're sort of transitioning out of that. It's a Pavaga has some interesting decisions to make. Let's put it that way in the laning phase.
Definitely, if they can force All But Gold into a try and try scenario, then they have an advantage here. But I don't see All But Gold likely to be baited into that. Like, you can't. It's an Undying. You don't want to actually get that. That's the wet dream for an Undying player. Is 3 heroes, easy decay. It's going to stack up and run at them the whole time. I mean, you could argue that backfires somewhat due to the lifesteal for the lifestealer, but in reality, all you're saying then is, okay, Illidan won't die, but it doesn't mean he's going to have a good time at all.
Right. Which he really needs to, right?
Yeah.
Because if this lifestealer gets underfarmed against an AM, oh yeah.
Your name offends.
Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting to see the new lifestealer with that change to Feast, of course, now being a percentage of max HP as opposed to current.
Well, it's nice, but by far the most significant change is the 15 move speed.
Definitely.
It's just enormous. Yeah, I mean look at this here. He's sitting at 328 move speed with nothing.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, it bugged out on Shu 377 for me. I was like,
yeah,
what?
I saw that too. I
was like, something has gone wrong here. It's alright. Illidan picks hero because it's secretly bugged.
Very good.
He's actually leveled into the Feast straight away. That might have been obvious. Right, race car. Show us what you got.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Boom.
I mean, it's not going to get great value off the Nature's Prophet. That's the good news. This isn't a super tanky strength hero. At the same time,
okay,
it's still pretty bulked up at 660.
So it looks like we just are going to have the standard dual lane matchups here.
Yeah. I think this is ideal for All But Gold. Like, Pavaga have to force you into that tri lane, but how do you force them to do that? I don't see an easy way that you could actually convince
Dazzle,
them.
Patience. Is Kunkka going to lose his courier? No, he parks it. All right.
I mean, it's these 3 hits, right? Oh wait, they're 2 raw. What am I talking about? 2 hits, Dazzle, 308. He could actually snipe this. The problem is you need a hero in the lane that can actually force that courier to have to come quickly to the Kunkka. And Dragon Knight is not it.
Dragon Knight's not it, and yeah, Vansker's got to do something with his time. This lifestealer is just going to get destroyed in lane against these treants if he's not up here.
There they go. Levels in the Shadow Wave. Better choice in this scenario. Just allows you to get rid of those treants pretty quickly.
Yeah, look at that. With the Blightstone from the Nature's Prophet, I mean, lifestealer is sitting there at 1 armor against those treants. That's not a fun time.
Pretty spooky. Meanwhile, in the land of BZZ, there is a creep skipping occurring. J4 won't let it go uncontested, but how much can you stop a CS?
Well, I mean,
this is working pretty effectively.
You say this. Oh, he's got 3 megas though. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah. At the same time, J4 was denied most of that wave. They did leave Nyx in the lane.
That's a good job by J4.
That's the other thing as well. Like, not only did he do that and do that well,
Man.
you left your Nyx in lane.
Illidan, though. Illidan's eating a ton of damage up here.
Oh, this is actually looking rough. Like, you can't harass back either. You haven't got the poison touch. You haven't got the open wounds. These level 1s are super defensive from All But Gold.
Yeah, and Furion already, I mean, some of those 5 denies are obviously going to be his own treants, but still.
I mean, sure, but at the same time, we're talking about lifesteal. Needs all 3 of his abilities to kill anyone. Oh, ball lane, they get him.
Down bottom.
Unexpected as well. Velior had been pressured pretty hard by the anti-mage. He had no mana to work with. Probably made J4 feel a little bit more emboldened than he should have.
Yeah, meanwhile, level 2, all of a sudden, up top rather, all of a sudden Dazzle does hit level 2 with that poison touch, and the composition of this lane
I wouldn't call that
changes dramatically.
I wouldn't call that good trade though. Like, you saw it straight away, and that was without the Fade Bolt. Like, this is the other thing as well. Whenever you want to do these trades, Fade Bolt's going to be there. That's why I was saying Illidan leads level 3, right? He's got open wounds now, but if he doesn't have the Rage, he hits for no damage whatsoever. And there's Vanscourt going to deny himself. Meanwhile, on the line of Cheshire Cat, it's much simpler. TP back to base, TP out. No deaths required. I think that was one of the reasons people were loving that as a support at that point in the meta, right? Is it's just all these other heroes that have to sacrifice themselves in gold, and you never give anything over. You just harass. J4 getting low.
Oh, J4 getting low again.
Decay, though, baits them in.
Yeah.
And he has a self.
PZD is just completely out of mana. He's been trading with that AM who's has the 1-1-1 build going.
Doesn't need, and only one mango left. The Sol Ring has been picked up by BZZ now.
J4 needs to be a little bit careful here, though. He might catch a stun.
He's just fast enough to move away. He still has his own salve. Plantamor's already salving himself. Mid lane. Decent damage being done to the DK. So far, this lane is slightly in favor of the Kunkka.
Wash. Yeah.
You say it's a wash. I mean, no puns intended, but it's like, it's not a big lead is the problem. Like, this is a DK versus the Kunkka. Like, Kunkka is this type of hero that was renowned for being picked because he denied you any gold. J4? Okay, not respecting the damage they do.
Yeah. I mean, he's salved up, but...
I mean, it's level 2 Iron Shell. Plus, he salved up when he had 1,000 HP. He didn't get much value out of it. Interesting choices in the mind of J4 right now.
Salved up with those decay stacks on.
I don't know. He probably should have just waited out. I can see where he's coming from. He just wants to keep the pressure up because every moment you're not pressuring is a moment where the AM is probably being pressured.
Yeah, at the same time, all 3 Radiant Cores farming exceedingly well here. Now, the great equalizer is that when Kunkka and DK both hit 6, DK is going to be able to take that tower.
Yep, and the Kunkka can't actually kill him off. Like, you get enough strength gain, plus the braces as well. The boat combo will not do the deal.
Yeah, but this is why you pick the AM against the Starkseer lane, is that the AM is just going to keep the Starkseer out of mana.
Plantos?
Level 2 Iron Shell.
Okay.
Oh,
he was not paying attention. He didn't notice the Spike Carapace. The K coming out from J4 has to stand and fight. BZZ getting low. Plantos is going to move in now. But actually, he might get juked out here. He needs to be careful. BZZ, he has got the Soul Ring if he wants to use it. Creeps are up as well. Roots are up as well. And Plantamos. Okay, you've got Tangos left, buddy, but that's it. You give over the runes.
You're not happy about that. And all 3 deaths on the side of Pavaga so far. J4 in that bottom lane.
Getting a little bit rough. G, TP's in the mid lane. Rotation's coming in.
Nice rotation in from the Rubik.
Dragging back. Charlotte Grave's going to be there. The TP away. They already used everything in the chamber. Vanscourt saves the day.
Yeah, good response. There's that support dazzle.
It's such a weird sight to see a Dazzle take Charlotte Grave before, like, level 7. An unfamiliar sight.
And I mean, come on.
Oh, he's going to
really
eat a boat for it, though. Punishment must be had.
That's okay.
They did give the kill over to Rubik, though.
Oh, did he get what?
He fade-balled it, so I'm assuming they intended it. I mean, he has boots now. To be honest, that's a fair shout. You're a Rubik without boots at this stage of the game. It's not fun. And then he gets a haste, though. So, screw it. You didn't need it. Did not need to take that last touch. And that's actually the constant threat now. Like, we saw what they can do with rotation, and that was without the boat being thrown. Plantamor's is... Yeah, he's suffering.
Stun bottom, or he might have been in some trouble there.
And he's still farming pretty well, but the pressure is starting to mount a little bit. Rubik moving in. Does have the lift to work with, plus the Fade Bolt. Doesn't want to commit, though.
That's tough. That's one of those
more
take the pressure off rotations because NP is
now
self-sustaining in the top lane.
Belial getting low, gonna move in, stuns one, but can't move away. The surge is interrupted by the lift. Meanwhile, on that top lane, yeah, we haven't checked in here a while. Looks like Illidan has started to sustain himself. He has the treads now. He has a Blightstone. He says, any game that you can play, I can play too.
Oh, look at that movement speed, and he's just gonna force a straight TP away from Cheshire Cat. He's at full HP, tops on the board in net worth. You know, it looked really powerful early on for the Nature's Prophet, but now that the attention has been drawn away from that lane, the Lifestealers closed the gap and then some. Illidan's loving life right now.
It's also the attack speed change, right? Because the way they changed it now, like with Feast just being max HP, you're always going to get that back. You want attack speed over the damage from phase boots. And because you have that movement speed buff, you no longer are reliant on phase boots as heavily as it used to be.
Absolutely. And I think you're going to see that be the case with several other heroes as the patch goes on.
Well, I still like my phase boots on Ursa. You're not going to convince me away from those. Up bot lane. Lantimos getting low. Lifts back towards him. Not the best way to defend your core. They're chasing on the BZZ, but a lot of damage done on the J4. He's committed, though. He can't do anything else. But Lantimos chasing through. Has the mana void to work with. Wants to touch on the BZZ. There it is. Gets the pop.
Jeez.
J4. He'll be stunned up. He'll die for it, but he says, okay. My carry got farm. It's worth it.
Like, BZZ has just spent the entire game on 10% mana so far. You know, crazy. I know he's got a soul ring, right? So he can still get his spells off, but it does not feel good.
Hey, but look at the positives. It's an off-laner that can build headdress and feel good about it. Unlike all those poor Vlad's builders who can't do it anymore. That was such a big nerf of Vlad's as well. Like, people don't realize
it is.
The difference
Vlad's is still an amazing item, but it is a very big nerf. The fact that the build-up to Vlad's was so powerful was a big part of why the item was stupidly OP.
I expected them to just increase the cost. That was my big surprise.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, because that made a lot more sense. Instead, they just got rid of someone and introduced a recipe cost.
Yeah, double smoke on the 2 dire supports bottom. If they can convert this kill on AM, that's obviously huge for them. But they've been away long enough that...
Well, they're going to bring more people.
Okay. This
is here as well. Yeah, but look at this smoke. Pikachu's ready to party. Lift comes out on the Velior.
Nice.
X onto him. They got the torrent and the boat when he comes back. Does actually get the spike carapace, but they waited it out perfectly. Shallow Grave going to be used. TP away. Velior will not escape though. The mana void interrupts it. Does make sure that everyone else can escape though. Or can they? X, no! Pikachu did not expect him to TP
so
right
close.
there. They pinged to the left side of it.
Yeah, but again, that just draws everybody off. Big win though for Kunkka in this lane. I have to look at that dire tier 1 tower. That dire tier 1 tower is under 500 health, and Pikachu has been able to hold his own tower to basically no damage from the DK, who's now at level 8. Yeah, that's a good job by that Kunkka in this lane.
That's the important part. It's a Dragon Knight matchup that we're talking about here. Nice lift coming in the top lane to make sure Illidan didn't get that rune. So 2 runes apiece in the end. Yeah, this is not the DK impact you're expecting. Like, you're 10 minutes in. His chip damage is laughable, actually. It's not even 200 off that tower.
I also like the decision by Pavaga to give J4 a couple waves here down bottom. He's had a really difficult game. Remember, you do get that flat 400 health bonus from the ulti at level 6 now, so that makes his teamfight presence feel so much more effective if he can convert that one more level.
Not to mention the current health damage per second against these tanky strength heroes as well. That ultimate can have a huge impact. They're actually getting aggressive here. They see J4. Sorip try and keep himself up. Fanscore look for the opportunity, but forced away. Lantimos starts chasing.
Oh, he's got the stun too. That Rubik has Impale.
Oh. Yeah, she slows him down for a little bit. There it is. Lift's going to come out. Velior turns around for his own Impale. Actually need to do something. The tombstone was dropped. They've got enough of the mana void to kill him off, and Fanscore thinks twice, turns around and walks away. There's the use of the stun, just to make sure the catapult can't chase him down. BZZ does now have the Helmet Dominator. Probably likely to see the Guardian Greaves build from him this type of game.
Wonder what Illidan is sitting on 2,500 gold here in this top lane.
Does he commit to the armor? I mean, the armor always seems obvious to this hero, but if you're getting gold farm this well, at this point in the game, you could just be greedy and go straight Radiance.
That's what I was wondering. If he's just if the fact that he is sitting on 2,600 gold at this point means that he might just go Naked Radiance.
I mean, I like it. He's got a free game so far.
He does. I don't think Naked Radiance is as great in this game because you're not playing against something like a PL, but it does accelerate your farm that much more.
I mean, that's the thing. You can get an armlet, and that can help your farm a little bit. But usually when you get an armlet, you feel kind of pressured to make some sort of play. And they're making a play top here. They go in the Prophet, the stun lands, and he is in trouble. No escape from this. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Darkseer does fall. More heroes arriving. Cheshire Cat tried for the TP away. The Soul Rip was not enough to keep him up. They'll turn around for the tower. Finally, G is able to get some use out of this Elder Dragon form.
There you go. Yeah, and BZZ just went down very quickly to the full boat combo by Pikachu, who's now sitting on his level 10.
Spooky 40 damage. Always felt like one of the strongest non-XP or gold talents to me in the game. Like, for this type of hero to get a damage talent like that.
Oh, the Sentry Ward by J4 is going to catch up with Illihort.
What?
Oh.
He didn't expect it, but he'll get it now. No, Valiant! What is he doing? Snipe the courier. It's worth your life.
I don't understand. I thought he had that carrier kill.
Not once, but twice. I mean, maybe you're going to forgive the second time, but the first time, they literally walked out alongside him for a good 2 seconds. Oof. You know what this is? This is one of those greedy pos 4s. I played like this before. I don't want to die, all right? I'm going on good stats. Sadly, Valior is not. It's 2-4-3 right now. It's worth your life. Interesting from Pikachu.
Man.
He went the Shadow Blade build.
Pikachu's got his Shadow Blade already.
I was wondering what he was going to do.
Pressure.
Because, like, we have seen a lot of Halberd builds, for example, more recently.
Oh, screw that. I mean, it's good, right, against a Lifestealer.
Have you seen the new Radiance builds?
Oh, Radiance on Kunkka? Absolutely.
Yeah, all the rage.
They're amazing.
It just makes sense. Like, you know, the problem with Kunkka is you throw out your boat and everything, and what do you do in a fight? You've either gone for these big crits, which take ages to get online, or that's all you do.
I think that started in China. I think that started in some of the DPL games.
I think a lot of it was inspired by the whole Dragon Knight Radiance things. Oh, BZZ in trouble. Both going to connect, and see you later. Mana Void finishes them off. Nice Sprout coming out. They want to get rid of the Catapult as well. Between the rock and a hard place.
Like BZZ shows his face bottom and just dies.
I mean, I'm impressed he's got 4K net worth. Like, honestly, for how this game has been to him, that's a decent consolation prize.
I mean, G has to be feeling a lot of pressure right now because this is one of the first times that he's really hitting this mid tower. And at 50 minutes in as a Dragon Knight, that's a lot of pressure to have lost your tower early on.
He went for the armlet as well. He's walking away, but that's now in deny range. Whether they want to or not is another matter. Uh-oh. Belial. They almost scattered him out there. He backed away from the dust just in time.
Meanwhile, look at this. G looking to steal the stat. Oh, no, he's just going to steal a trance. Ugh.
I mean, he's pretty tanky now.
They do realize it. They do realize it.
Anti-Mage gets one of the runes, but the other three go the way of all but gold. How's AM doing right now? He's still got a long way to go before that Battle Fury.
Yeah, that's kind of been the problem, right? As well as Illidan's been farming, and we've talked about his item build. We haven't talked about the fact that Anti-Mage is just, he's not making progress. He's getting kills in this bottom lane. And it feels like he's had the better of BZZ for a lot of this contest. But he's just not making the kind of progress that you need to see.
I mean, that's the thing. You say he's got the better of him, but BZZ's about even in terms of net worth. That's the sad part. It doesn't help when your Nature's Prophet does this as well. Just took CS away from him with the ultimates. I mean, Cheshire Cat's feeling good about it.
That's kind of insult to injury.
No, I like how grown up everyone is now. Remember the days where that would have resulted in an aggressive pinging?
Oh man, this is. Oof. Your Lifestealer has Radiance, and AM is still quite a bit off his Battle Fury. This is scary. This is really scary.
And look at the smoke movement.
He's a full 3 levels ahead as well.
Yeah, but look at the smoke movement. They're going to find Palantimos here if he's not careful. They've got the Elder Dragon form.
Man, if they get this kill, his game is so hard.
There it is. Stun comes out. They've got the Dragon Tail as well. That's a dead Anti-Mage.
Oh.
They'll push on the tier 2 as well. Double value achieved. Meanwhile, on the top lane, I mean, this is the thing. Pavaga made it obvious.
Towers out of this. Are they going to get 2 towers out of this? I guess the Glyph mid lane stops that, but wow.
For the tier 2 top. And this is the problem because they shoo these heroes. This is the thing. It was not a risky play for All But Gold to go for that kill because they shoot too many heroes in the top lane.
Oh, they're going to get tier 3 damage. Look at Illidan.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Illidan's walking up the steps.
I mean, why does he care right now? Like, who's going to kill him? Rage comes out. Open wounds.
You gotta watch out.
Yeah, but the Radiance is ticking him down a little bit. Undying trying to arrive to do something. X is going to be there, but straight into the creep says, see you later.
Nice. Very nice.
Brings himself out pretty early. They're trying to move forward. AM wants to charge into this, but they can't. The surge comes out, and Illidan is untouchable. They don't want to commit hard to a fight, though, because Dazzle did go top to stop the push.
Yeah, good anticipation by Illidan there. I mean, it's a very standard play, but still, you have two ways to disrupt that Kunkka combo.
Exactly. So far, when you look at this, down to half HP on that tower. Like this is just from a probing exercise. This is the thing as well, because of that Radiance pickup. Every hit hits like a truck.
Well, look at Velahor here. He knows exactly where this AM is.
They're moving towards it. Stun's gonna come out. All goes down. Vacuum as well, trying to keep him away from the shrine. Forces the use. X comes out. BZZ dragged back into a boat. But Illidan's here. Time for you to run. Hell no. This Spike Carapace of the Pikachu.
Oh, God.
He doesn't have the Shadow Blade. It's too much damage. He can't get away. The Surge. Illidan going to chase forward looking for more.
I mean,
he might get J4.
This is out of hand.
No one can touch this Lifestealer. J4 turn around to decay him once, but it's too late. He's going to go down. He's diving tier 3s at this stage in the game.
And how diving tier 3s? Look, he's just walk to the fountain. Hey, how you doing?
Rubik, I was hoping he was going to make the lift play there, but he just couldn't see him. Illidan does escape. Meanwhile, in the mid lane.
The other implication, by the way, of that change to Feast is that you got to be real careful with those decay stacks. Because all of a sudden, Lifestealer hits you that much harder.
Oh, yeah. That's the big frustration.
Rubik, I'm sorry. Your life is now over.
He's pretty far forward. Velio with Spike Carapace to make sure no one touches him. The Soul Rip will not keep the Rubik alive. And
come on, green
question mark
matter.
is appropriate. I mean, do they matter that much, though?
Yes, I'm a support player.
Well, how many greens
At least now that
play?
I'm bad at the game, I'm a support player.
So what, you play like Venomance to support because they don't let you play core?
Oh, God.
What?
I played Venom support back when it was good.
I mean, come on, greens, most of them are not supports. Necrophos, you got the Prophet. Ugh. Viper, you want to do some Viper support?
No, okay, you're not going down a good path right now.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'll tell you actually, sniper support's more valid. You know, I actually I don't like playing core. I don't like playing core sniper because it's filth. So, you know what I like to do though? That's the one time I'll happily play Viper. Oh no, Illidan
broken.
Finds J4.
Yeah,
this is our high ground now. You leave.
Yeah, this is our house, and we're not leaving. And old but gold, man.
I'm telling you, that's the one acceptable scenario to pick Viper in, is against a sniper. You level Corrosive Hate, not Corrosive Hate, the Corrosive Skin, and then whenever he shrapnels you, you just walk him down. It's the funnest thing in the world because, you know, he's a sniper picker. Educational, pub.
Ouch. 20-minute Battle Fury.
That's not ideal. And the Feast Blom is just going to come out and Rubik's going to go by. Oof. This is... I mean, you're playing a game of dodge, but you're running out of places to run to when they find you. And Kunkka will go for the TP away. They got the vacuum, though. That's an ambitious attempt. He'll Shadow Blade and walk it off, at least. But G, he was on the lookout. He has a Shadow Blade of his own. The sentry goes down because they're already suspicious.
Now, interesting here that Illidan goes for the medallion, presumably into Solar Crust build, over something like a Deso. I mean, he's got enough physical damage that they're going down pretty quickly anyway.
I mean, it should be Yasha first, though.
I wondered about that.
I love the Yasha pickup. Then you can go Sans Yash. You get a little bit of cooldown reduction. Not cooldown, the stats resistance.
Right.
Sorry, I was thinking of something logical, which is weird to say of cooldown reduction in comparison to stats resistance. But you know, we know how you feel about these things.
Cheshire Cat, you got to be a little careful. He does have Orchid though. Oh, stun!
Oh. They're going to catch him, but Velio needs to be careful. Spike Carapace to protect himself while the Orchid comes out and BZZ arrives. Cheshire Cat going to try for the TP away. They don't actually have the vacuum. No. Still on cooldown for 1 second.
Oh, that was close.
By the way, look at the mid lane. Ah, the classic.
Oh, come on.
Well, they'll get him out. They missed time to silence, though. They're going to have the X, but he'll just rage and walk away. Cheshire Cat, he jumped the gun a little bit. Plantamos. Trying to chase. He'll down half HP. Reinforcements are arriving, though. The X is going to come out again. They're going to drag him back into the boat. He might be in trouble finally. They get him.
They got him. Man, that's a high-value target.
And that should be pointed out.
Gold bounty for the Kunkka.
The other thing is that was misplay originally from Pavaga. You saw the Orchid, right? They used it on the Ancient instead. So that was suboptimal from Pavaga. They still find the kill there.
Well, Illidan was just, he's so far forward there. And Pavaga know, because of what they saw happen top, that you don't have the full complement of heroes in position to contest that lifestealer if you go hard on him.
Well, you can tell right away. Like, those two heroes that show up were there to delay you. So you knew the rest of the side of All But Gold was heading there. This should be the play that calms them down a bit, though.
Interesting smoke rotation here.
Velior.
Gonna break, so they know Velior's there.
They want Rubik. Pikachu reveals himself. TP in Cheshire Cat. They don't stun him up. They miss it. Velior has got the spike carapace. The boat coming in. Dragon Tail out. Drag back. Going to be on the dark side. BCC down to half HP. The vacuum in. He's got the wall as well. Ooh. They can chase on through. He's still holding on the Guardian Greaves the whole while. He can find... No! He doesn't throw it out. The tiebreaker kills him off before he can do it. With the cleave, and Kunko in trouble now. Will go down. Plantamous tries to sneak in with the Mana Void, but doesn't achieve anything with it. They'll farm the Tombstone and continue their push. And, well, that's a sad Rubik.
Wow.
He will go down. The brief fire does finish him off. Now they can push on this tier 2. So, all in all, yes, you lose your darks here, but a good fight for the side of All But Gold as they'll secure another tower. Best thing Pavaga can do is try and trade. As Cheshire Cat goes on the split push, they might just poke your high ground a little bit, though.
Yeah, they have leveraged Illidan's farm so effectively in this game.
Just continue to get rougher and rougher.
And they don't want to give up this trade. I agree with this.
Oh, Planamos. They almost caught him there. He'll actually use the shield just to protect himself and move away. Can't connect. They should actually be looking towards Roche soon. They need to be logical about this. Illidan is playing confidently, but we've seen that he can die when he does this.
Yes, and it is a big deal here, right? That you look at the net worth rankings, and AM is still down there, but he's still only 3k gold short of that lifestealer, and he is going to close that. He's going to start to close that gap in a hurry as this game goes on. Now, obviously, Old But Gold very much still in the driver's seat here, especially where the split push of Pavaga is not gonna come into play for a little while yet. But they do not necessarily have full control of this game.
Well, we're gonna try and claim control. Cheshire Cat here. G sees everything. Chance is gonna come out. We'll go for the TP away, and we'll be successful. Okay. He's just a little bit too greedy holding on to that Dragon Tail. While runes being secured, looks like 3 will go the way of All But Gold. Illidan just about ready to pick up that Mana Style, actually. In which case, he suddenly no longer is scared.
Yeah. No, the Orchid by Cheshire Cat then does nothing, and good read by him. Shifting that item.
Yeah, I'm now going towards the Ags next on the Nature's Prophet, by the way. I feel like I would have liked to have seen him go for more of a Aura type build, right? You got the Vlads, go into something like the Crimson Guard next. Wouldn't be a bad shout. Maybe even something like a Pipe.
Oh, and they know where Palantimos is. Yeah, he fortunately kind of sniffs it out and backs, because that's a loaded Nyx Assassin there.
With a Blink Dagger as well, he can initiate from afar. And who's going to show... uh-oh. No. That's not the move. The double stun comes out. There it is. The Infest Bomb gets 1. Can they get 2? It looks like they might be able to. Rubik, he can use the lift in a moment, but the mana comes out. The chase down will pursue. This is a double kill for the Lifestealer. And just in time for a push on the mid lane, by the way, as Elder Dragon form is available.
Yeah, that's exactly how you drop the play. You get the 2 supports, force the Rubik buyback.
There's no buyback for the Undying, though. He's up in 10 seconds, but what are you going to lose in the meantime? Another tower at least. Tidebringer hurts him a decent amount, but Shadow Wave offsets the damage. That is a desperate boat if I've ever seen one. That's a please get the hell out of my base boat. The response from Illidan is no.
You are seeing why Lifestealer's pub win rate is up almost 10% since 7.21 comes out. He's 55% win rate now across all pubs.
That's pretty spooky. I'm not a Lifestealer spammer, so... Uh-oh. Being Lifestealer. Velior's waiting here. There's the Vest Bomb coming out. Looking on the Kunka. He's healing up, but not for long. BKB activated. Needs to run away. Or does he? He wants to go for Velior here. He's going to have the X to drag him back. Trying to kite out Illidan in the meantime, but he's finally arriving. Reinforcements are here. There's the vacuum. The wall goes down as well. Planos moving in. Mana Void doesn't do enough though. BCC going to surge and just kite them out. And all the while, Illidan just stands his ground. Rage has been put down. Wall was stolen.
Oh, there's your Rubik wall.
Pretty in green.
Doesn't do anything.
And nice sprout, but guess what? You can just walk away. Lifestealer. This is a problem. You find one kill, but then what do you do about Illidan? Well, I'll tell you what he's going to do about you. He's going to run you down. J4 falls. What you do is you run. You run and you hide. All right? You just nail down everything that's important. Camo yourself. I don't know. Paint yourself green. You said you like green heroes. They should all paint themselves green and hide in the trees. Because Illidan is coming.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Jimmy strat doesn't work, man.
I don't know.
Stay in the trees.
You got the sprouts. It can work. You got vision. Then you can place down your branches. 400 cast range on them now. I swear there's a mini game there somewhere. Some kind of maze-based branch game.
Yeah, but it's interesting, right? That again, I go back to this old gold. They still do have to feel a fair amount of pressure. They're gonna get this Roche, but I think they need at least one more Rax to feel really confident here, because this split push is going to get so annoying.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat does have the money for the axe. He picks it up. Meanwhile, on the land of Palantimos. Oh, he has got his Manta. He has got his Battle Fury. Heading towards the Basher next. He knows he needs to lock down his lifesteal. There's only so long you can avoid fighting him. Question is, how much more time can you buy? Would that axe pick up on the Nature's Prophet?
Yeah, that's the thing.
A decent amount.
Ags, Nature's Prophet has Ags. AM now has his Manta complete, and he's going toward that Basher. And all of a sudden, this creep equilibrium is gonna start, I think, becoming an issue. You know, you have the tools to deal with it.
Sure, but the lineup you're against, you think about what these heroes can do, right? You got the Prophet who's going to split push. You've got a Kunkka who, if you go super late game, it looks tough. He'll build boosted travel plus Daedalus and clear creep waves as well. Plus an AM. Like, everyone can just split push and do it relatively safely.
Exactly. And other than that Nyx Assassin running around in Invis, you're not... Oh, well, I say that.
So close. He was looking for it, but he didn't want to gamble.
Cuts it close.
Got that push going and kept that pushed in.
Oh, nice snipe on the courier.
Wow. They actually caught it out. Now Plantimos. We'll get Van Score there.
This is just going to start. It's not just about split pushing. This is going to start happening more and more if we let this game drag on, right? Because the Radiant have just such a huge mobility advantage around the map.
And they're using it to just kite out the lifestealer Aegis. Like, they don't want to go anywhere near him. You can see it already. They're going to try for a bomb opportunity, but they still got to wait 12 seconds before they have Vendetta. Maybe they can sandwich Cheshire Cat. He doesn't have a TP for 8 seconds. G? No, wrong way.
Wrong.
There's a lot of trees missing here, buddy. There it is. Sorry. He sees him. He's going to stun him up. Now you can try and teleport away, though. Yep. See ya. Oh, no. Gets in range. Just in time, Belial. That was max range Impale there, and he was just about to complete the TP. So they cut it a little bit close.
And that arrests his progress, Cheshire Cat's progress for that BKB, which was the kind of the last thing that he needed to feel safe split pushing like that.
So it makes you wonder. Yeah, we are going to see it. Illidan already got the Basher. We'll be heading towards the Abyssal next. Oh, Velior?
Absolutely.
They're ready to gank more. Maybe they find Pikachu. He tried for the TP away, but the boat comes out. They'll know where he is. Velior stuns right on the spot. Nice. Made it a little bit obvious. The vacuum dragged him out of the trees. Kunkka will be falling.
Yeah, really can't say enough how important those last 2 kills were. I know a lot of people are going to look at that 8K net worth lead for Old But Gold and say, you know, that I'm exaggerating things, but I think you really badly needed the pick off on the 2 cores there to keep that split push potential offline for a few more minutes.
Like, if this go insanely late, there is an advantage for Pavaga in that. Like, the Kunkka, we haven't really seen the new Tidebringer talent come into effect. Now, people are already saying it's insane. We have seen something similar in the past. It's not as big as it used to be, Yes, it's a higher percentage, but the difference this time around is the armor is calculated on Tidebrain.
I like this, and again, they're going to capitalize on the 2 core kills. They're going to force the issue inside the Radiant base, and if they can get a second lane of racks, that's when that split push potential becomes much, much less scary.
Definitely when it becomes kosher. Anti-Mage, he's going to find Van Score here. Bashes him up, and he cannot TP out. Yeah, the problem is you're losing your melee racks.
You can't just trade. You have to contest. Come on.
Prophet is trying to push in the meantime. Not really doing enough here. Illidan will just TP back to force him out of the base now. They're pursuing. They're looking for something. Palandamos almost found a Dark Troll Summoner. Almost. Meanwhile, Cheshire Cat. Illidan found him.
He got bashed twice.
He can't escape this. The vacuum drags him back to ensure his death as BZZ secures the kill.
He didn't have Abyssal, does he? Oh, no. He got 2 bashes.
No, he just got double bashed. Anti-Mage, they're going on him. The Dragon Tail comes out. A lot of damage done. Can they root him? Yes, they can.
Oh,
use the counter spell to try and move away. He's out of mana. He's out of mana. He can't get away. They don't actually want to pursue, though.
They don't know it. They don't know it.
They realize way too late. They did not expect the mana burn to do that much work.
Yep. The scan hit on the backside, and they saw Rubik engaging and were very, very afraid of chasing that AM.
They did freak a little bit. Illidan. He couldn't find Kunkka in the end, so Pikachu will Shadow Blade up. He's pretty far forward. His team needs to connect with him. He has still got the Aegis for a little bit while longer. There it is, reclaimed.
Yeah. And he turns right around.
He's like, oh, nope. There's a smoke movement coming out from Old Gold as well. They're trying to see if they can actually find some value on this, right? Because as soon as that Aegis expires, the first thought in Pavaga's mind is, can we now kill him? Boat coming out on the Velior. Spike Carapace returns it though. Pikachu, he's got the Shadow Blade, but no mana to use it.
He's out of mana.
He's going to fall. And these mana burns, they finally start to realize just how much work it is doing now.
I think you have to buy back. I think you have to buy back.
But he has no boat. That's the problem as well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he used that boat on the creep wave. Like, that was the thing. It was always just for a creep wave. He did not know about the Nyx. Anti-Mage just trying to split push in the meantime. Velior waiting here. Like Carapace didn't land, but the wall goes down. A lot of damage being done. Anti-Mage bleeding his own mana. No, he's got no way out. They find him, just the 2 of them. Meanwhile, on the base, your buildings are falling. And Prophet, you can split push all you want, but this is not going to force them away.
Where's the Kunkka buyback?
He thought he could wait. He didn't have his boat, and now it's too late. GG comes out.
Yeah, I think at this point, oh boy.
Wow, that's a little bit tilt-worthy as well.
Deflating. Yeah, that's got to be deflating. Because I really do think Pavaga felt pretty good about their ability to control that game. And you get a couple sloppy core pickoffs, and it lets Old Gold end. Now, they played the better game. They had a great plan for the laning phase. They leveraged Illidan's farm so well as he was able to go that super greedy early Radiance build. But Pavaga was getting online, and I question whether or not if the game had dragged on another 5 minutes, they could have dealt with the split push. But they close it out.
Does mean that Old Gold go 1-up. Of course, the farm best of 3, everything to fight for. And Pavaga, you could see the potential, but it just came down to that anti-mage and how badly he got... I felt shut down, right? We say shut down. He got a lot of kills early on, but it was... For all the kills he was getting, there was just as much CS missing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was kind of the key, that he was getting those kills onto BZZ, and J4 but J4 was dying a lot, so the Darkseid was still getting levels, and he was missing CS. And that's... You know, we talk about the kills and we talk about the action in all these lanes, but at the end of the day, in most games, what matters is your safe lane core farming, is the enemy safe lane core farming, and if you're securing a laning differential, a CS differential in the safe lanes, what you are doing in the laning phase is generally working.
We're gonna go to a short break, folks. We need to refresh before game 2. All but Gold are 1-up, but Pavaga are not out yet. We're going to go to like 5-10 minute break, then be back for the next game. Stay tuned, folks.